Alright, so here's my new BISSELL CrossWave HydroSteam wet dry vacuum I just recently got because my old one has started leaking and wasn't doing that good of a job anymore. So what can I say about it after a couple of days of use? I'll share with you some of the pros and cons I've encountered along the way, and you can decide if this vacuum is right for you or not. First off, let's go ahead and do a quick unboxing and see what's in the box. I did opt to get the version with the 3 trial size formulas to test. This includes the hard floor sanitize, pet multi-surface, and fresh start clean out cycle formula. The trial formulas will allow you to use with 2 tanks of water each. And here we have the water tank. And then the handle, which is protected with a plastic bag. And then we have the clean out tray. And here is the 3rd formula. And also, it comes with an extra filter. And finally, we have the body of the vacuum. It's quite heavy, which is good for cleaning because that added weight will push the brush down against the floor, but bad if you don't like using heavy equipment. I prefer the weight since it means I'll get a better clean, whereas other vacuums such as the cordless vacuums are nice and portable, but they lack that scrubbing power because they're not heavy enough. The handle and the tank easily installed. Just make sure you hear an audible click when you insert the tank into its holding place. And that is pretty much it for the install. Next, we see that the water tank is nicely marked with water and formula indicator lines. I've gone ahead and filled up the tank with water, and now I'll add the formula until it reaches the line. Next, I'll insert the tank into its slot, making sure that I hear that click, and press the button to choose which setting I want, and then I'll start vacuuming. The light is nice and bright and it casts a bluish hue. As I'm vacuuming, I notice that the vacuum puts out just the right amount of water to where it doesn't flood the floor. So if you have a standing fan, you can direct it at the floor and it would dry it up in just a few minutes. Now the one thing I do want to point out is that these types of vacuums aren't meant for large areas. Although the tank claims to be able to vacuum some 700 or so square feet, I went really slow, so I think for me it was more realistically around 400 to 500 square feet before the water runs out. Also, another thing to note is that the vacuum will notify you when it's time to pour out the water. There's a mechanism inside the tank that activates and the vacuum goes into a higher pitch mode. This means that you'll need to pour out the dirty water. I'm gonna let this video run and see if you can hear that change from a lower pitch to a higher pitch. And that's pretty much there is to it. The biggest pro is that my tiles feel extremely clean. I'm not kidding when I say this, it really does feel clean. I can walk barefoot on the tile without feeling like I'm stepping over dirty surfaces. And the last thing I wanted to talk about was that this vacuum does have an automatic cleaning mode which will clean the brush. And it's easy to do, but does also add a few extra minutes to your cleaning routine. And there we have it. So overall, I think it's a great little vacuum. And I have 4 little kids, and while they don't make a lot of mess, they do spill juice and food on the floor every now and then. So having this wet dry vac to take care of the sticky mess is a great thing, especially when paired with the cleaning formula. I feel like both the hard floor sanitize and pet multi-surface formulas do a great job. The pet multi-surface is scented, so just be aware of that. For me, this vacuum was a little on the pricier side, but I think it's well worth it, and I do recommend it for homes with tiles or hard floors. I think you'll really like it.